who else skips the spoiler bits at the beginning? What is this? Come down with me. Sort it out, guys. I'm already watching it. I don't need to see a trailer.
It's Q&A, isn't it?
Kind of.
It's video submission Q&As.
Would you rather sit on and eat a cake or sit on a cake and eat a
You're having my life. I'm about to have one of those Christian Bale moments, I just storm off.
Will we see Josh versus Adam in a BBJ match? Which I don't know what that is. That also might be a porno. A BBJ.
I don't know. I don't want to. I don't know how.
69er match. It's like soggy biscuit.
Do you ever get that feeling like when you're a kid? Do you ever get that feeling like you just want your mum? I feel like that a lot of the time. I just think, I want my mum. If nothing else, this podcast has really it's stoked a fire in me to have some kind of physical, violent physical conflict with him. Yeah. Hi, madam.
And I'm Josh.
And if a double-decker bus killed the both of us, you wouldn't have to listen to the Breaking Bread podcast, but for now, you're stuck with us. I was listening to the Smiths on the way over, so I thought, I know you like being serenaded from time to time. How's your week been, Mush? It's been ages since I saw you.
It's been a few weeks, hasn't it? It's been
fucking bliss.
I saw you for the old Paulie Smith podcast. It's not gone out yet from at the time of recording.
I think
we're going to assume that it's done really well.
We're hoping that's our Jackbait's happy hour Ricky Gervais moment. He finally got somebody famous on it. Everyone's like, oh shit, maybe this is a good thing.
Should we make some assumptions as to how well it's done? I can't believe we've hit 100,000 subscribers.
No, come on, shut up.
I know. All right.
I think we'll be lucky if it does 10,000 views in the short term, and you'll get loads of people complaining that international listeners and viewers that they can't understand what Paul's saying. Yeah. Although Paddy the Baddy does all right, doesn't he, in UFC, and he's pretty broad scouse.
They do subtitle Paddy the Baddy's videos quite a lot.
And people complaining that we don't interview people properly.
Oh yeah, that always happens. Especially when I say at the beginning, I'm just going to sideline you for 2 minutes, Paul, and just talk at you.
And I know you're a big fan of me, but I ain't going to fucking Scooby who you are.
I thought that'd make him laugh. I don't know if it did, but it was a great laugh. And he went out on. He did actually go out on stage
with the t-shirt on,
with the Beard Hasbulla t-shirt. Yeah,
what a legend.
Yeah, and he sent me a really nice message afterwards as well. And apparently he messaged my sister. I said not for any kind of duplicitous reasons. I mean, she's a big fan, right? So he messaged her and said, "Cheers, I'll swing."
He's a fucking legend, is Paul Smith.
Yeah,
like he's such a good guy. I can't wait to see him fight.
Yeah, am I gonna? You don't be stiffing me. I want to see that cage side. I want to be there and be like, "Come on, Paul, splatter the fucking bastard."
Well, providing I don't get sacked by Octagon between now and November, which could happen. It could happen. I'll try to get you there, mate. I think it's going to be hard.
It's gone from like you'll be there to I'll try to get you there.
I'll get you there. I'll get you there, mate. It's going to be hard to be unbiased because the guy that he's fighting, it's not been announced yet who he is actually fighting, but he's also a lovely guy. But I've got like all the time in the world for Paul, so I don't know if am I supposed to be unbiased in my efforts to comment?
You can have like if two of my best friends were fighting, I'd probably have one that I wanted to win.
Oh right, really?
Yeah,
that's horrible, isn't it?
Is that bad?
I think so. Yeah.
You probably should say I want it to be a high scoring draw, right? But nah, that probably the big ones.
Because then the fans win. I've used that quote a few times, I know, on the old Octagon vlogs.
Well, I know who he's fighting, so I want Paul. I want Paul to win. Like I want him to win, like in exceptionally bloody fashion. And I'm a pacifist, so shows you side I'm on. Unless they change his opponent, and like it makes me sound really bad in retrospect. Anyway, we don't need to cover that. What are we talking about today?
Well, how do we start every podcast?
Oh, with a YouTube comment from you.
It's time for a YouTube comment from you.
Okay, so the first comment is from Kev B. Says, who else skips the spoiler bits at the beginning? What is this? Come down with me. Sort it out, guys. I'm already watching it. I don't need to see a trailer.
What is that? Scotty B, do you say? Kev B. Who's Scotty B? Is that somebody? Kev, I mean, it's pretty standard online content practice that you show some of the parts that might be
engaging,
of interest.
Yeah, of interest to people. Because otherwise, if you're watching this podcast now, for example, we've just rambled on for 5 minutes about fuck all.
Yeah.
So like that's the point of it. But it wasn't my decision. That's an editorial decision taken by George, and I actually quite like it. Sometimes it does go on a little bit, but I like it, and I like the black. In fact, I want the whole podcast to be in black and white if it were up to me.
Like hot boxing with Mike Tyson. Have you seen that? He does it black and white. I think, is that right?
The whole podcast?
Yeah, I think it's all black and white. which would make life a lot easier for us trying to balance 4 cameras, colour balance 4
grading.
cameras. But yeah, come on, Kev.
Yeah, come on,
Come on,
Kev.
Kev.
Come
Watch
on now.
any of these successful podcasters, not us. They all do it. We're copying them. Look at Steve Bartlett. I'm assuming your old mate Jack Mate. He'll probably do it.
I don't know. I don't
The
really
only person that
watch
doesn't do it
podcasts.
is Joe Rogan.
Joe doesn't need to.
Joe
do
doesn't
it.
need to
just
fucking
plays
do
by his
it.
own rules.
So so's Kev, but
Plays by his own.
the intro stays.
Have we got any other ones?
We've got another one from Jake Stanley. One of you is stoned, but I can't figure out which. It might be me, actually. It's me. Never mind.
Probably the best way to watch. Yeah, you're going to be less critical. Hope you enjoyed it, mate.
And we've just figured out that on Spotify we actually can get comments, which I didn't think we could do. So I've got a comment from Spotify.
I'll be damned. Is that a thing now?
It's been a thing for a while. It's
I
just.
think we've just not discovered it.
Is it only on like video?
I used to get emails saying somebody's commented on the community on your Spotify, but I didn't know where to find it, and I've been getting them for about a year. So today message me. It's like,
Is it only on podcasts? Not on like songs, for example.
I
I
don't know.
don't
maybe-
think you can comment on songs.
All right, that's
Shit
probably
song.
good. That's a good thing for me.
But this one's from Miss Nonya Business.
I like it.
Another entertaining episode. You guys are great to listen to. I found Beard's videos in 2020 and watched them all. Then I found this podcast and listened to every minute. Keep it up, guys.
Oh, thank you very much. That really means a lot. I want to say Nonya, but clearly that's not the real name, right?
Miss
but-
Nonya Business.
Yeah, no, but thank you very. That does mean a lot to us. Especially to me, since you watch my videos, but also people that watch the podcast are in the real cream. They're the cream that rose to the top.
The
of
OGs,
of
the real
fancy coffee.
OGs.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching / listening or both.
I'm doing it. I'm running Leeds Marathon.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Cool. When's that?
Do you want to retake? Do you have another go? A bit more enthusiasm.
No, that was
Is that
that
enthusiasm?
was genuine. Yeah.
Fuck, I feel bad for Mrs. Beard, you know. She comes out in a nice dress. Adam, what do you think? Yeah.
I'm very
cool.
objective about my criticism, and because of that, she values it, right? So she knows I'm not going to bullshit and be like, "Oh, that looks great." Like she came out wearing some boots the other day, and we're going to go film. She's like, "Can I wear these?" I'm like, "You can wear them. You look a little bit like you're straight out of the Third Reich or something. They look a bit stormtroopery." And she's like, "Oh, okay." So, but because of that, she knows I'm honest. I'm not going to lie to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she she values that. I
This,
think.
this completely explains why I'm assuming all Mrs. Beard's friends hate you.
Yeah, I know they all do, which is fine with me though, because it means that they never come to the house. Anyway, you're doing Leeds half marathon, Leeds half marathon.
Leeds Marathon.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Man, when is that? Just tell me so I can not be around Leeds because it always just destroys the traffic, situation.
I think it's the 14th of May. I think. It's
Right,
approximately
I'll be away then.
12 weeks away.
Sweet.
The reason I'm doing it, obviously, I was motivated by our motivational podcast that went out a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, I ain't really got a target to aim for. And I watched a documentary. So, you know Kevin Sinfield from Leeds Rhinos? You know
I do,
him.
yeah. Of course I do, yeah.
So, Rob Burrow was diagnosed with motor neurone disease. And then Kevin Sinfield went on like a series of running 7 marathons in 7 days. They did 7 ultra marathons in 7 days, which is 40 miles a day for 7 days. And I watched the whole documentary and I'm like, this is fucking incredible. And we've had somebody in our family die from motor neurone disease. And I watched it and I'm like, it's really fucking, like, it's so sad and it's so inspiring that he's done that because they didn't even think he'd be able to raise like 10 grand for charity. And he's raised millions. And I was watching it and like, I were in awe of it, and I turned to Danielle and I was like, I need to run this marathon. Like, if he can run 40 miles a day for 7 days, I can drag my fat ass around 26 miles, even if it's slow, like slow time. And she was like, do what you want. I'm like, fuck it, I'll do what
I feel like
want.
that's a response to most of your
She does.
harebrained schemed schemes.
Luckily, she just leaves me to it.
Yeah.
So that's the plan. And I've got a proposition for you, Mr. Beard.
Oh, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, what?
Before I stop you right there, I'm not doing a marathon.
No.
right.
I wouldn't expect. Jeez, fucking hell, mate. I wouldn't expect that. I wouldn't expect you to.
What's the proposition?
One thing that we know that you have got, which isn't stamina in fitness, it's bags of cash. I'm looking for corporate sponsors. So I'm wondering if Beard Meats Food Corporation would like to become one of the main sponsors of my race because I've managed to bag a corporate sponsor for the sum of £250 by my friend who works at Travis Perkins. So I'm going to put a little Travis Perkins badge on my top.
Do I get some kind of logo on?
Yeah.
there? So if I give you more than 250, does it take precedent on the? I don't want one that size. If I'm
Okay.
giving you more, it's got to be bigger.
All right. So how big do you want it?
No, I'm just taking the piss. I'll give you whatever you want. Yeah. Well, not whatever you want. I'll give you like 500.
500 for £500 across the back of my shirt. I'll put the Beard Meats Food logo.
No, can it be like the Hasbulla one, the cartoonized Hasbulla thing?
All right, I'll put you on my back.
That'd be perfect.
£500 sold.
Yeah, go on.
Yes. Woohoo! So I were aiming to raise £1,000.
Let's see, you're all
I think
most of the way there.
I think we're there now. Yes, I'm like, I think I'm there. I think I've just surpassed £1,000. Round of applause. Well done, everybody.
Put the applause sound effect, which we don't have yet. We don't have the budget for the applause sound effect.
Oh, that's very generous of you. Thank you, Adam.
You're all right. Just knock it off my bill for whatever the next film is.
I don't really know what else to say about that. I'm shocked that I thought you'd have been like, £100.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's such a tragic, disease, and it's something that like it's not. I think not prior to that. It wasn't like unknown, right?
No, yeah.
But like Kevin Sinfield's done some amazing stuff for it, and yeah, it's nice to see. So I'm glad you were inspired by it to do something good.
Yeah, like I said, my mum's cousin Carol passed away from it, and that was like the saddest thing to see because it's such a degenerative disease, and it's like obviously I'm assuming it must have been underfunded in the past, or just one of those that's like there's so many diseases out there, a bit like the Stroke Association, I guess, for you. So I've got to do this. So I think it's for a good cause, raise a bit of money, and it's another challenge to try and do. Like I always said I want to try run a marathon. Didn't expect it to be 12 weeks time. So
you love putting yourself to the test, don't you?
I do.
You're a glutton for punishment.
I do. It's good. It's good for you. Helps you grow. What's next on the topics, Georgia boy?
You've been to Munich, haven't you, Josh?
Yeah,
been a minute,
how was it?
München. Yeah, I've been there.
What do you think of the city?
Oh, this is quite clinical, isn't it? I liked it, but it's very. That's not a bad thing. I thought it's quite clean for a city.
Yeah.
I just noticed it being kind of. I don't know why that's the first thing that came to my mind, but it seems clean.
You almost went out there, didn't you? Were it Munich because you were going to go do some challenges in Germany, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I was planning on it. I was going to be there this week actually, if I planned, but then I just thought no, because like trying to organize it, like because I don't normally contact restaurants in advance if I can help it, or if I do, but I had to like Google Translate loads of shit, and it wasn't. I just thought like I still want to do it, but I thought like I'm just gonna not go, and then I'm gonna drop on Mrs. Beard that instead. A week later, I'm going to LA and then Vegas and then around there, because it's warmer, right?
You said
speak English.
I thought you were just going to LA. I didn't realize you were going to Vegas. I thought when you were going to go to Vegas that you were going to.
No, I think I'm probably only going to do like a short stint in Vegas.
Yeah, but you're going to do the Heart Attack Grill, right?
Probably. I don't know. I'll decide when I get there, because I think probably that's the kind of thing you'd really want a crew to film though, because what would make that entertaining, because it's where they spank you, right? Yeah. And to self-shoot that would be, I think, would do it underservice the idea a bit.
Yeah.
But I think I might do it. Depends. I don't have a plan, I don't know what I'm going to be doing.
I think I'm free that week. Like, if you don't just fly out for a couple of days just to get them shots for you.
Yeah, I'm not paying for you. I mean, if you want to join me, you can come, but it's already cost me an arm and a leg to get out there.
Yeah, but it's deductible, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, like... You're like the money, like what are you, like P. Diddy or something? Like I'm from Yorkshire, like we conserve money here.
His voice I'm from Yorkshire. He says in his fucking £900 All Saints jumper. I'm from Yorkshire.
I'm fucking sick of you already, man.
And your Balenciaga.
We got to do two.
What's a hairband?
Yeah, my frayed hairband. Anyway, so I decided not to go to Germany. But what we were going to talk about is, are you going to Munich?
I did.
Just watching people get splattered.
That's it. That's my life now. I go to various parts of Europe to watch men beat each other up.
Shut the fuck up, George. Have you got the footage, or can you get the footage? Because the funniest part about that is when you put in our little group chat, Josh. Part of me was really proud of him because he got his presenting gig, right, which is like that's something you didn't design to do that, right? But no. I know that's a big deal for you because you like MMA, and it's basically you're doing a bit of commentary. So it's like Josh being like the Roy Keane or the Martin Keown or something on Sky coverage or BT coverage or whatever, but just not on a huge scale. But I did notice that he had what I think was like a £3 basic white shirt that you buy in those like little plastic sleeves. I thought maybe you might have
speaking of sleeves,
ramped it up a bit.
I can't buy them £3 t-shirts because I need extra long sleeves. So I've got to pay the money for a decent t-shirt.
Matalan?
No, it's like Moss Brothers.
It's Matalan. You know?
Why are you hitting on a white shirt?
I thought if you're going to wear that, fucking hell, either undo more buttons, right? So you go with the
What, like chest out?
Peter Stringfellow look, yeah? Or you wear a tie or a dicky bow even.
Nah, but I had my sleeves rolled up.
In case you need to fight? Like,
it wasn't the shirt that was the problem, it was the pants.
Yeah, I bought
They
some.
were so tight.
I didn't see that because he was buying the desk.
If you watch the vlog, they are so tight.
So I went. So this is how hectic it was. Like I had to go the night before because I found out the day before. So the day before, they're like, right, we're going to put you on round 0, the pre-show. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. So I had a white t-shirt, but I needed some pants. I didn't think I was going to be behind a desk. I could have done like Anchorman, so it didn't really matter. So I went to buy these £50 like trousers from Next.
Yeah.
I just picked it up off the rack, and I normally like a 34 long, so because I've got long legs, not like you. But I picked up a 34 regular. So when I get there and I put them on, mate, they were like airtight. And I couldn't even do a half squat. I couldn't do a KSI squat in them. That's how, honestly, that's how bad it was.
Squat.
So I'm like perched on this seat like this because I couldn't sit on the seat. So I had to kind of like lean on it. And I was just like sweating for the whole time. It were awful, mate.
Well, you couldn't tell. I thought they had makeup or something because you all looked quite matte. Nobody was sweating too much. But I'm proud of you, man. You were only on for like a little bit though.
30 minutes, 30-minute pre-show. So,
but like the part that I was trying to find you in the playback.
Oh, right.
Because I was going to trim it and just fuck around with it and just make fun of you basically.
He can send it to you. Yeah.
But I'm proud of you, mate. And like it must have been daunting. But like you kind of cut your teeth, didn't you, in presenting at the Breaking Bread live show? So I feel like I'm part of the genesis of the new character. Maybe you could present the one show one day, or I don't know.
I doubt it.
Do one of those postcode lottery TV commercials or whatever. You never know.
It was good. It was good fun, and it was nice to be able to like you say, cut my teeth at the whole presenting. It was terrifying going into a room where it's like a set and there's all these cameramen and sound operators and lights, but they're not the people I know.
Yeah,
they're just some random Czech people, Czechoslovakian. And I was just like,
which one? That's kind of a key. Czech, aren't they?
Well, they could have been Czech.
Or they could have been
Slovakian.
I suppose it could have been eighth. I mean,
well, yeah, it could have been German as well. The company
might have all
itself
been English.
is a mixture of Czech and Slovakian people.
Sweet, yeah, because it used to be Czechoslovakia, didn't it?
It did, yeah. A bit of history. Somebody actually, that was a comment about history, wasn't it? Did you see that?
No.
Geography. Fucking history, man. No one just thought we were
This
sick.
is all over the place, man. Cut this, Josh.
But all in all, mate, it was a good trip to Munich. Absolute carnage. The co-main event, a guy called Popek called out one of the old champions in Martin Zavada and basically beat the fuck out of him for 3 rounds.
I'm sure people will.
It was a bloodbath.
It was quite literally a bloodbath.
I know, I saw you.
I could smell it. You could smell how disgusting. You know, we went to that one in Barnsley and you could smell the
iron.
BO. You could smell the iron. That's how bad it was.
Oh, like it was like you were in a butcher's or whatever.
Yeah, it was grim, mate.
I'm sure nobody's going to know those people are. But thanks for updating us on that. Yeah, sweet.
There was that funny moment when you broke Brian's heart as well by dropping his.
Oh yeah, so it's actually like a vlog behind the scenes thing, and he got given this muffin, like an octagon muffin. So it must have been quite nice. And it's like
It had a caramel center.
Yeah,
it was like had beautiful icing on the top with like a yellow O for octagon.
And this is where stories write themselves. So he gets this muffin, and he comes up and he's like, "Hold this, I need to go for a piss." So I'm like holding this muffin. Yeah. And he goes for a piss, and I'm fucking about with my camera. I left it recorded, and I tried to put it down so I could sort of adjust the camera for when he came back out because I was going to like do a funny thing. And as I turn, the top falls off this muffin, the cream drops off and just splats on the floor, and you hear everybody just go, "Oh!" And I'm like, "Oh shit!" But I couldn't, like, I was hysterically laughing, like tears running down my face.
Yeah,
you probably have to see it to figure.
I feel like you had to be there. You delivered that with the same gusto as you did that joke to Paul Smith last week. That lasted fucking 4 minutes.
Yeah, you always went on dad jokes.
Mine were highly cultivated and delivered with perfection, according to Paul. Anyway, come on, George, get us onto something that's meaningful.
Should we get onto the topic of today's podcast?
Oh yeah, there's a topic.
There's really a topic. Like let's not.
It's Q&A, isn't it?
Kind of.
It's video submission Q&As.
I had this idea, right? Like I thought, like, and you've admitted this was a good idea.
It was a good idea, but I knew that people would be reluctant to, just because people were thinking, "Well, I don't want my face on this poverty podcast."
So I thought, like, first of all, I thought Patreons die hard. Everybody that has subscribed to Patreon, we thank you so much. I thought we'll put it out to you guys first. do you want to submit a video of yourself asking a question, telling a story, and then you can be part of the show? And I just assumed, like, you know, we've got 100 patrons now.
Is that right?
Yeah, so we hit the 100.
Fucker.
And we did the prize draw and we sent it out. But no, I think one person submitted. So I'm like, shit.
I think the videos that's the barrier there, isn't it?
So then I thought, right, let's put it out to a wider audience. So I went on Instagram. So we've got, I don't know, 5,000 Instagram followers.
Yeah.
Again, a little bit of crickets. We've got one in. Oh, yeah, we've got one in. And then Billy Big Bollocks over here. How many have you got? 180,000 followers on Instagram? You reshared it.
Don't know.
And I thought, this is it. Open the floodgates. There's going to be all sorts of people dropping in video submissions. One more. So we've got 3 submissions.
I suppose like people, we've done a Q&A like a lot of times now. Maybe like people have asked all they want to ask. I don't know.
Yeah, they're just sick of us. Right, so the first one is from our previous guest, Ben Pearson, which actually I think it was like a hilarious one because neither of you seen this.
Hi Josh, hi Beard, Ben Pearson here, long time listener, first time caller, hope you're all alright. Just seen your video about Q&As. So first of all, Josh, is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it? And second, is this an accurate size example of beard? Please let me know in the comments. Love you lots.
So for reference...
So you definitely paid him encouraged him to do
I did not do that. So for reference...
Ben needs no encouragement.
This guy immediately, like, he just dropped it straight on WhatsApp. He said in the video, he's making reference to a Lego man. It's like...
You probably have to overlay it.
Overlay it on
Yeah, but for the audio listeners...
Oh, right, yeah, I get it.
Audio listeners, Ben's holding a Lego man and he's saying, is this...
Ben should really know better because he's been in the room with me.
Yeah, Ben, it's true. If you don't use it, you lose it. Isn't that right, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you're talking about, but I suppose so. Yeah, I mean, certainly when it comes to physical performance, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Right, next video.
Any better submissions?
Next, I had actually betted these, by the way, so there could be really. There's 3, so I don't know if they're like they don't know if they get better or worse at this point.
Well, we're gonna go on a journey of discovery, I guess.
All right, so this one is from Kyle Thompson. He looks like one of your subscribers. He kind of looks like you.
What does that look like?
I don't know.
You'll understand when you see it.
Adam, as we both know, having a beard is fucking awesome. However, and I'm sure you get asked this a lot, but how do you do what you do and eat what you eat without having to constantly pull your moustache out from in between your teeth? I mean, it saves on floss, but it's still a pain in the arse. Right.
I love it. This guy's got. I think he's got a career in some kind of. You're talking to camera thing because he started off like looking off camera and then, oh, hi there, as if it was like candid.
Yeah, and he had like a really like confident cadence to his voice, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a posh Geordie as well. You know, like Mike is a posh Scouser. He's a posh Geordie. He's trying to disguise the accent a bit. Well, I'm saved a little bit in that I shoot distant enough from the camera usually when I'm eating, and in 1080p, not 4K, that you can't really see the detail of what does get stuck in my moustache. But the technique of beard wipe I've now perfected over the years kind of smushes everything, and then as much as is possible gets the stuff out of my beard. So it's not really that big of a deal to me. I mean, if I wanted to be more efficient, I'd trim my moustache back but I like having a long moustache. Like I'd like one like Sam Elliott. You know Sam Elliott?
Yeah.
I don't think you do know Sam
Yeah,
Elliott.
the actor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you do?
It was
Okay.
in Gangs of New York.
No.
No?
He's not in. No, he's an actor, but he's not in Gangs of New York. Unless he plays an extra, but I don't know why he would. Anyway, while you're Googling Sam Elliott, I'll just try and drag it out a little bit longer. By talking really slow. Yeah. He's got a very thick moustache. And I would like that, but obviously.
Did you not play the other guy in Gangs of New York?
What other guy?
The fucking butcher guy?
That's Daniel Day-Lewis. You
They
moron.
look exactly the same.
Do you even watch films? Do you know he actually? Interesting facts. I'm going to try and make this podcast interesting here. Do you know Daniel Day-Lewis in the movie Gangs of New York? Bill the Butcher has a glass eye, right? And there's this famous scene where he taps his eye with a knife, and Daniel Day-Lewis wore like a glass contact in order to make that seem real. So he had a glass shield on his eye, and
That's some dedication to the craft.
I know, like that's the dream for me. We get Daniel Day-Lewis on here.
It ain't happening there.
I'm pretty sure that's never happening. Yeah.
Have you seen that scene in Django where Leonardo DiCaprio like gets really angry, just after the meme,
Oh, he smashes that
and
glass.
he smashes the glass. He actually smashed it in real life and cut his hand clean open, and then when he smears blood all over that lady's face, that's actually his blood. Like he just committed to it.
I feel like that's
That was like an
probably
unscripted moment. He
Yeah.
wasn't supposed to do that.
I feel like you could probably get in trouble for that. The whole AIDS risk and whatnot, blood diseases, Hep C.
I suspect they'll have medicals before they go on set.
You reckon?
Yeah, at that level, I don't know. It's not like doing one of our shoots. There's no health and safety.
That's yeah. You remember me dangling out of the it's like a moment of legend. Now driving down through the middle of Morley with my feet just dangling out of the car.
Failing, obviously, we had 2 video submissions and 1 won't play. I actually think he's mugging us off. I think he's done that on purpose.
But he said he was in hospital, like recovering from a broken leg. So get well soon, Steve.
Yes,
It was Steve.
I think it was. I can't go back now. We'll just commit to it. Dub over it afterwards, George, if it wasn't Steve. So the first one comes from George Hodgson _ I love breaking bread. Would you rather sit on a and eat a cake or sit on a cake and eat a
You're having my life. I'm about to like have one of those Christian Bale moments, I just storm off. And it's just like, that's it. I just go dark and don't come back.
Unprofessional.
I love it. You're so
Do
angry.
you know what? This is going to take you like 4 days to edit this.
Yeah, I can feel
I think
it.
this is a good
Or,
podcast.
like, you edit it, right? And then
Am I delusional?
Yeah,
I
you
think
are.
it's going well. Don't you
I-
think it's going well, George?
so delusional.
You don't think it's going well?
No.
Shit, what's
So
wrong with
you
it?
like when you edit this, George. You edit it, send it to me, and then just to assist you, I'm gonna instead of me telling you what to edit,
You should
I'll
delete
just
it.
trim out all the bits that we're not gonna use.
I think I'm still on that runner's high. All right,
About
so this,
5 minutes left.
so this one's from Corey.e82. Question for Adam. Do you think all men must have a beard? Also, Josh, why don't you grow a beard?
I don't think that must is the strict. I think men look a bit odd without a beard. That's a personal preference. Some men look great without beards. Henry Cavill, people with. I think you might look odd with a beard, actually. Yeah. So some men look all right without beards, but to me, some kind of hair on the face, so be it mustache, even if it's like a little soul patch, like like a little thing there. Some kind of. I think you need some kind of facial hair.
Like a goatee, like a little,
not
like a Brazilian little strip.
Yeah, soul
Like a
patch.
little dot on
that
the
what it's
bottom
called?
lip.
Yeah, soul patch or like the little thing
patch.
or the chin strap or some kind of
Like Khabib, I should do a chin strap.
just look
Like
weird.
a Dagestani wrestler.
Yeah, but I don't know why Josh hasn't grown one. I think he's just kind of setting that naval routine. You know what I rewatched last night? You've probably never seen it. A Few Good Men, with Tom Cruise.
I haven't seen that. I thought you were going to say like Captain Phillips or like Black Hawk Down.
Johnny Knoxville in that one.
Can you just like put me in some kind of like cryostasis, and then like when you get to like 40, then you thaw me out, and then we can like keep this going. And I'm thinking by that point, you might have some kind of, you might know what I'm talking about when I make these pop. Like that's not even like a niche reference. Everyone's seen A Few Good Men. You
haven't
can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
You know.
I've heard of it.
But the reason I mention that is because obviously you were in the Navy.
Yeah.
And he is a naval lawyer of some kind. Just an incredible film. I just went off on a bit of a
No, I
tangent there,
understand.
but you know what I mean.
I do often. I do sometimes have a bit of facial hair, but like when we're recording, I'll make a point of being clean shaven.
I don't think I've ever seen you with any facial hair.
Yeah, what I meant was like in the
What?
Navy, you're not allowed facial hair, right? Like the army.
It's either beard or clean shaven. There's no in between. It's not
But you
like
can't have a
but
beard
there
in
is-
the Navy.
Yeah.
Oh, I
There's
think,
some,
naturally, because you have to be a ship's captain should
yeah.
have a beard.
Oh, Ant Middleton's got a beard, hasn't he?
You can't have a moustache. I feel like you're either 0 to 60, so either you've got to have a full beard,
You can have a mustache. No, you can have a
or
mustache.
you can have a moustache.
Yeah,
But you can't have stubble, is what you're getting at.
Yeah, you can't have
So
stubble.
you have to look smart.
Yeah.
Where do you draw the line, though? What
But
stubble?
how do you grow a beard without getting stubble first?
Maybe you can only.
No, you can get like a chit, and then you're allowed to then grow it, and they give you like a lot of time to grow the beard.
No, what?
Yeah. So like,
serious?
so if you can't grow the beard, like when I went for officer training, like there were people that wanted to grow a beard, so they'd get the chit. People that look like George, so like 12-year-olds.
Chit.
Like a permission slip, basically, to attempt to grow a beard. But if you don't grow a sufficient beard, so like if the colour sergeant looks at you and is like, "That's not a fucking beard, shave your face," after like a week,
That is
5 days,
insane.
shave your fucking beard off.
I could never be in the armed forces. Like I can't deal with that level of control, man. From like,
Yeah, but it's about
Where do they draw the line?
it's
with,
uniformity in it.
do you go to like your commanding officer and say, "Sir, I think I want to grow a beard. Can I have a permission slip?" And he's like, Yeah, you look like you could grow.
It's like,
you could-
yeah, fucking.
Weird.
You can maybe you can have a shot at it. Go on, here's a 5-day. Make it happen.
I think we've comprehensively answered that question with a few references to naval procedure.
Everyone's saying we need to do that Navy Stories podcast.
I don't.
Yeah,
know. I've tried to explain why I can't do it. Though, like
Because all your stories are like not when you're on ship; it's when you're in like the local brothel doing God knows what.
I basically said that it's too political or like.
They're not really like about you though. It's like not really.
No,
most
like
of the stuff you've done.
I was just like there. You know, like a lot of stuff that's happened, I was there.
You take great delight in telling me how you've dodged death many a time. So I'm sure there's fires on ship and whatnot. You could tell us about those. Those aren't. You don't have to just tell us like what conflict it was occurring in. Anyway, what's the next one? God help us.
Right, Will Amesbury has asked, Adam, have you kept all your winners' prizes over the years? If so, what's your top 3?
Ooh, thanks for the question, Will. Finally, we're directing this podcast somewhere productive. I suppose I've kept most. I think I've probably kept. I don't think I've got really that many prizes other than T-shirts and caps and mugs and stuff like that. I'm not really that much of a materialist. So like if my house was on fire, I wouldn't be going back to rescue anything. But probably my most prized thing is the Nathan's trophy for qualifying for Nathan's, because you get like a big trophy for that. So that's in my room. That's probably my favourite.
It's in my room. It's in my bedroom with my Xbox. And I've got a dartboard on the wall. Play a little bit. Yeah. That's you, isn't it? Like
You done?
Yeah,
Done?
sorry, go on.
I think
I feel like you two need to fight today.
I'm all right, it's him.
I
I'm
feel
really
like Adam
happy.
needs to fight
Yeah.
you today.
no, I'm fine. Just like, how does this go so badly every time? It's like we're cursed. This room is cursed. It's like, I mean, you didn't really prep me for this, but I have an uncashed check for $1,000, which I keep minute of cash from the Tamale World Championships, where I came second.
As if you didn't not cash that.
I know, I forgot about it, and I found it the other day.
You
like
could get yourself another all-states jumper.
yeah, and maybe I could pay another co-host to direct this somewhere. I don't know what's the third thing. Probably the third thing I've got. I did like way before the Major League Eating days. I did this. They used to do this like Yorkshire pudding eating world championship, which was in like a pub somewhere in York, and it was like a 3-minute contest, and I just did it for a laugh. Like Lindsay and I went down there, and obviously I won because nobody really took it. I mean, a couple of people took it seriously, but not to the extent to which something that's not really that good at eating could take it seriously. But the trophy is actually like it's a cool trophy, but then in the top, I didn't realize this at the time, but they've just gold sprayed an actual Yorkshire pudding.
Is it like shriveled and gone mouldy?
So now it's like green. It's probably emitting all these weird spores and stuff, but it's like in my room and I can't bring myself to throw it away just because it's I'm like, it's green with a slight gold hue to it now. But it used to be.
Just take a photo of it and then
Yeah.
bin it.
How many did you have to eat? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't remember. It was you don't have. I mean, it was just who ate the most in 3 minutes. I think it was like I want to say it was like 40 or something, maybe like the little mini ones, obviously.
Were they homemade or were they like Aunt Bessie's?
Yeah, no, they were. Oh, I think they might. No, they were Aunt Bessie's actually. I think about it.
They're grim, them, you know.
But yeah, so it's just like gross, like dunking them in gravy and throwing them down. But I don't know if those would be I've got quite a lot of t-shirts which I like as well. A lot of t-shirts that you get from food challenges are really bad, but there are some cool ones that look neat.
That Brewdog one looked pretty cool the other day.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. That's not on my front line. It's not my top echelon, top tier of. One of my favorites is that there's a place in not far from me actually in I think it's technically Tadcaster called the Ride Their Arms. They do like a steak challenge, right? And they call it just the monster steak or something. But the t-shirt that you get for it is like Herman Munster.
Yeah.
And it's like bolts coming out of the neck, so but it's a cool t-shirt. So I've got a few like that, but
I might have to give that a go after. I'm almost a veteran competitive eater myself now.
We should give that. Maybe that's the next time we hire a crew. Maybe we'll go do that one.
The steak one.
Yeah,
But that's tough. That.
it's great steak though. So even if you lose, you're gonna enjoy it.
So it's not tough.
On to the next question. Will 1990 Smith? I'm pretty sure whenever we do these, Will always submits one. So cheers, Will.
Yeah, thanks, Will. Wasn't the last guy called Will?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm paying attention. If
You
nothing
are?
else, somebody is.
Short-term memory's working for you, mate. Well done. Thoughts on Cradle of Filth with like some eyes? Is that like a porno? Look, it's got them little like porno eyes.
Why are you always going there, man? Why? It's not. No, they're a band, aren't they? Actually, they're guitarist, I think. Man, what's his name? I want to say Richard Shaw. That could be wrong. But I think he follows me and he's messaged me a few times. I feel bad saying it, but I'm not a big fan. They're a little extreme for my tastes. So I don't really have much in the way of thoughts on them. But anyone that makes music, even if it's not particularly to my liking, I respect a lot. So yeah, I guess they're cool. To the extent that I know about them. Pretty sure answer to that one. Next.
Sean Rusby has said, will we see Josh versus Adam in a BBJ match? Which I don't know what that is. That also might be a porno, a BBJ. Or is it a BJJ? Does it mean a thing?
I think he probably means BJJ. I don't think he means
We're not
BJ match. What the fuck's a BJ match?
I don't know.
I don't want to. I don't know how. I don't know how.
69er match. It's like soggy biscuit. You know what soggy biscuit
Sometimes
is?
I think. Do you ever get that feeling like when you're a kid? Do you ever get that feeling like you just want your mum? I feel like that a lot of the time. I just think, I want my mum. I don't know how you win a BJ match. I don't want to know how you win it, right? A BJJ, I think we've covered this before a little bit, mate, but I would be at a disadvantage there because I don't know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But I tell you, if nothing else, this podcast has really it's stoked a fire in me to have some kind of violent physical conflict with him, yeah.
I'd have a boxing match with you. You said that.
The only thing with me with boxing matches is I don't want to get my nose fucked up, which I feel like that could occur.
What about kickboxing, but no headshots?
Or just boxing, but no headshots.
I feel like, how would you? No, because
then you get leg kicks, body kicks.
I know, Josh. Right, the rage is going to overcome it. At some point, he's just going to smack me in the head, regardless of the rules. So maybe we'll figure that out. But I feel like the first physical feat, which could be a contest between us, might well be the Krispy Kreme marathon.
Yeah, I'm glad that people did actually clarify that to us in the comments.
There was a comment. I don't know who left it, but it did tickle me a bit. Somebody left a comment saying, when we talked about the Krispy Kreme marathon. He said, "Is it a coincidence or more that Krispy Kreme back to Morley is about 5 miles?" So we could really make our own up, I guess. But
imagine how shit that'd look though, through the streets of Morley, up to like Junction 27, and get a Krispy Kreme, and then come back again, past Gildson roundabout. We're gonna get flattened by a lorry. Like you've got to go under 3 motorways. It'd be a fucking nightmare, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I'm up for doing that.
All right, and we'll do one more. So this one's from Towel92 again.
Towel?
Towle. Towel. Might be the last name.
Yeah.
Towley. It's not towel, is it? It's not like a towel
I
that
thought you meant
you dry your
towel,
balls
isn't
with.
Give me strength.
Mate, we've got record 2 today.
I know.
If you could travel to any era in time, what would it be and why? Also, no butterfly effect.
Right before, there was a point in time when Josh and I were at Costa in Leeds, we're discussing this podcast, and I said, yeah, that'd be a great idea. So like about 5 seconds before that, so I could say, absolutely not. No, I think I would travel back in time to the 50s in America to experience the rock and roll revolution firsthand. I'm gonna say that. I feel like I should say we probably had this question in various different frameworks over the time we've been doing this, and I probably said something different every time. Like maybe I'd go back and see some dinosaurs. Maybe I'd go back to the Salem witch trial. I don't know, but like I think probably the 50s rock and roll revolution, Buddy Holly, Little Richard, Elvis and whatnot. I think I would love to see that firsthand.
I like it. George?
Oh, God, don't drop it on me. What would you do?
I've just dropped it on you.
Where would you go?
So I was watching Avatar the other day, right? And I see the new Avatar.
Well, it's better than Jackass.
Bright colours, it's 3D. Let me watch that.
Have you seen the new Avatar?
No.
Incredible. And I think that...
You're the only person who said that. Everyone else has said it's terrible.
What? How the fuck? Like... What? I don't know. I don't understand how.
Sorry, go on. I don't want to get onto Avatar. Go on.
No, I need to say it now because you brought it up. I don't understand how they made that film. It's like 3 hours long and it's all CGI.
Certainly, it's a technical feat, but that was the case with the first Avatar, which I did see. And despite giving me a headache, I thought it's a feast for the eyes, but it's basically Dances with Wolves. It's the same thing. But yeah, I mean, it's a technical feat. I just feel like I'm really done with the over the top CGI shit. Like, I just want to watch a film. You know what I mean, with good acting and real locations.
I think it's got good acting in it, hasn't it? Really?
Oh, you might well do. I've not seen the second one, right? And certainly the acting's not bad in the first one. But like, I'm just like, once you're over that kind of original, I'd call it like the Jurassic Park effect. Remember when you first saw Jurassic Park, or when I did when I was a kid, I was like, fucking hell, the effects are crazy. And I thought that with Avatar, but I feel like, was there a need for a sequel in it? You know, is it like a universe we need to continue, or could we just not make some?
Well, I can tell you, spoiler alert. It looks like they're going to go for a third at some point.
No, they filmed them both together, didn't they? Didn't they film 2 and 3 back to back?
Did they?
Yep, I think so. I'm sure I read that somewhere.
Google it, George.
Is it the same characters in it?
Yeah.
I don't know what the characters are called, but I know they're played by Zoe Saldana and that bloke, that Aussie guy,
Aussie dude,
Sam Worthington.
Yeah. Look at you, eh?
Yeah, there will be an Avatar 3.
Has it been filmed already though?
It's coming out in December next year.
Yeah, they filmed them back
So
to
they must have, yeah.
And did you know they waited this long to do the second one to wait for technology to advance far enough so that they could do it justice? What was the director? What's the director called?
James Cameron.
James Cameron, yeah.
Jim Cameron, my old buddy.
Anyway, so with all that being said, I think that like when you watch something like Avatar and they're living in this like world that's just completely mental and it's dangerous, like I think being able to see the dinosaurs firsthand would be pretty incredible and equally just as terrifying. So like I think if you could go back there and just dodge death for like, I don't know, a few hours,
Get
just
eaten in
see
2
it,
seconds.
like I think it'd be cool. Imagine seeing a T-Rex.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want to see a
but can you
T-Rex.
imagine? Like when you look at a crocodile or an alligator, you're like, fucking hell, it's a dinosaur.
Do you think if you saw a T-Rex, right, do you think you could put the Sam Neill theory to the test? Dr. Grant, you know, like, would you stand still or would like fight or flight take over and you just run off? Because I feel like if there was a T-Rex there and it hadn't made a chomp for me, you know, like I feel like I have to run. I don't think I'd be thinking, yeah, I'm gonna remember what Sam Neill said in the original Jurassic Park and just stay still. I think I'd be the Jeff Goldblum in that scenario. You know, I think I'd be. Sorry, I was miles away from the mic. I think I would just run, and I think inevitably I'm not that quick, so I think I would be caught. They can run up to like 40 miles an hour, can't they, Smith?
I don't know.
I don't know how they know that, but like, I believe it. You know, maybe I could like. I was pretty nimble on my feet though back in the day, so maybe I could like.
I've seen you running.
Drop them a step over, go the other way. You know, I think I'll be all right.
I think if you can like leg it, I think you've got a good chance. If you can go into like some trees and it depends how powerful they are. If they can knock over trees and you're just dead.
Depends where you are, doesn't it? If you're on an open plane,
have you ever seen like where somebody jumped off a pier? I don't know where it was. I saw it on like Twitter, and there was a great white shark there. So they dropped into this, like they jumped off a pier into the water with a GoPro on. What's his face for?
Is that where he goes underwater and it's like, it's just there?
It's there. So then he swims back towards like the pier, like wooden, what would you call them? Like struts that hold it up. And he's like hiding behind and he's basically trying to swim like from one strut to another, trying to avoid this great white shark so he can get the stairs to get out. Could you imagine coming face to face with a great white shark? Like, what would you do? I've read that what you're supposed to do. In fact, tell us what you're going to do and I'll tell you what you're supposed to do.
I think it depends. Like,
You hit him on the nose.
if the shark is there,
You know what my granddad used to tell me back? Sorry, this is a fucking personal podcast. My granddad always said to me, like, if you're in the jungle and the tiger attacks you, I swear to God, this is what he told me forever.
Cradle his balls.
You've got to stick your hand. You've got to stick your hand down its throat, grab its tail, and pull it inside out. Like
that's one of those typical granddad things to say, isn't it?
It's like, sorry, what would you do if you saw a giraffe?
Well, if I think I would do what that kid did. If I was in that scenario and it appeared, I think I would try and just put stuff between me and it. So if there were big wooden things, I'd be like, trying to go around the other side. I think if that were not the case, I'd just try and go for its eyes if I could. But I don't think I'm in the water, you know. I'm in its territory. I think I'm gonna die. Probably. I'll just hope it's already eaten.
Yes.
I don't know.
So if it's just a food challenge. What would you do, George?
He's not going to go for George. He's going to be thinking, that's like a fucking knick-knack.
Is that a tampon floating on it? What's that? A little bit of string hanging on top. What you're supposed to do, right? Looking for George.
Why do you have to have the string part? Why is everything so vivid with you all the time, man?
Storytellers, mate, aren't we? We watch all these really, elaborate, well-directed films. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to not swim away from the shark. You're supposed to turn and face the shark.
I think I would do
And
that,
then when it comes at you, you're supposed to put your hand on its like nose and push it down. So you're supposed to be like, look at it.
towards your groin.
Never let it make eye contact and then push it down.
I feel like I would do. I don't think I wouldn't turn and go because I think then like I'm gonna get eaten.
Yeah,
on
some people will just like flap out, don't they?
I think I'd try and maintain composure, but I don't know what I would do until I'm in that scenario. You never know, do you?
I hope I'm never
shit
in
myself. That'd be step one.
Yeah.
But I'm in the water, so no biggie. I feel like I'm in the. You seen it Interstellar? Obviously, I haven't.
Do you want me to?
You know what? You know where he's in that? Like you get Matthew McConaughey he goes into the black hole and he's in this like never-ending moment. That's what this podcast feels like for me. I feel like I've been here 7 hours.
Do you want me to break it up with some Breaking Beard?
Yeah, go on, break it up. Break it up
Alright.
with some Breaking Beard.
Let's play some Breaking Beard. Okay, so we'll overlay where we're at in the Breaking Beard standings. So I have no clue.
Forgotten. I think I must be winning, surely.
No one's near the punishment though yet. I don't think so. I've got 3 questions for both of you. So who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay, first question for Adam. As of recording, how many points do Arsenal currently have in the Premier League table? Is it 52, 54 or 56?
I thought you'd know this.
Not be memorise the actual points. So it's more like the gap. I know what the gap is. 56.
Final answer.
No, wait a second.
Is Arsene Wenger still manager?
No, 50. Yeah, 56. I don't know. I know what the gap. I know the gap's 4 points.
Okay, locked it in. It's actually 54 points.
Out by 2.
Plastic. Okay, Josh, your first question. Which UFC event holds the record for the most pay-per-view buys? Is it McGregor versus Aldo, McGregor versus Khabib, or McGregor versus Diaz 2?
Ooh.
All of them McGregor.
Yeah. I think, as much as I think it's probably the Diaz 2 fight, I think the Khabib one.
I actually bought that, so I mean that kind of lends to your theory.
Yeah.
I paid for that. It's the only one I ever paid for.
I think it's the Khabib one.
Locking it in?
Yeah.
It is the McGregor versus Khabib.
Yeah. He's doing the new Ultimate Fighter, and he's doing the. They've just started recording it, so he's going to fight Michael Chandler once he gets all of the steroids out of his system.
Teeth now.
Mate, he's turkey teethed up, he's geared up. He's probably been to Turkey for airline as well. Like he's, yeah.
Look at you, cats, man, just making fun. I mean, I'm no Conor McGregor fan, making fun of his appearance. Poor lad.
No, we're not making fun of it. We're just stating the facts.
He's definitely going to be listening and he's crying himself to sleep.
He's
and
definitely.
Would you get turkey teeth or like
No.
what they call
I
them?
mean, I've got nice teeth anyway, I think.
What do they call them? Things that not like veneers, but
I've got my front 2 teeth are veneers. I told you that before.
what's a veneer? Is that like
So veneers like when they sand the tooth down, they put like
to a point?
not to a point. It's like it becomes like more of a nub. So imagine your tooth, but like they just file it down. So
Yeah.
there's a bit of room to then put on a veneer.
Because that's what Paul's had, is like the proper like spiky turkey teeth ones.
Oh yeah, no. But like, because mine were. My mum never. I don't know how it happened. Right. I think my mum probably dropped me on more likely my dad, like on my face or something as a kid, because my front 2 teeth were like chipped upwards, and I wasn't really. I don't think I was really like self-conscious about it. But like my dentist was like, "Do you want me to fix your front 2 teeth?" I'm like, "What do you mean fix them? Like they're all right, aren't they?" She's like, "Well, you know, like if you," and I thought, all right, go on then. Like, oh yeah, I've always wanted to do the sweet corn eating championship, but could never do it because to do it you have to basically you're running a corn cob against your fucking face. Everyone just gets beat up. But because I've got veneers, it's just not a good idea. But where were we going with that?
I just said, would you have like the turkey teeth done? You know?
No, I don't. I mean, if I was really self-conscious about it for whatever reason, because it's a big part of your face and your teeth, and a lot of people I know like have had some kind of cosmetic work done to their teeth. So I understand that.
Like Paul's had them done. Paul's had like the obviously you've seen him like the big white one.
They're not overbearing though. Like
No,
I've
but they
seen
look well, and then compared to what his teeth actually looked like before, they look better. You know,
I don't know what they look like
good,
before. He looks great. I thought he was a stud.
Fucking the boy, like he's got abs and everything.
Joey Chestnut holds the record for the most hot dogs consumed in 10 minutes. How many did he eat? Is it 70, 74 or 76?
In how long?
10 minutes.
Dirty bastard. Imagine that.
Oh, I should know. I would have been there. I think when he. Oh no, wait. Maybe he did it on that quarantine one. 70.
I just googled it as like the world record that he holds.
These are good, these, George. Well done.
76.
Final answer?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be 74, but 76. I'm saying.
It is 76.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fucking animal, that guy.
That's a fuckload of hot dogs.
That's
Jesus
more than
Christ.
double what I've done at my best.
That's
in 10 minutes.
Mental, that.
Yeah.
Okay, Josh,
What a boy.
next question. How many miles is the London Marathon to the nearest mile?
Oh, come on now.
Is it 26, 28 or 30?
Well, it should be 26. It's a marathon. It should be 26
Final
miles.
answer.
Yeah,
26.
yeah. Yeah.
26.2.
Yeah. That's a marathon distance.
Do you know the history behind marathons?
No, go on.
Well, I'm probably going to butcher this, but man, what was the dude called? I've forgotten what
Jimmy
one
Marathon.
key factor. No, something with a H, I think. That when the Greeks were being like sacked by some, I don't know. I don't know my ancient history. Basically, there was a war, right? And he saw that was it the Persian army or something were like overrunning. They had lost this battle, right? The Greeks had won the battle, but the Persians went like around because they were going to go into the city of wherever, Rome or whatever. Not Rome, wherever. And they cut this part. And they were going to declare like a false victory and sack the city because they knew the army was still on the front line.
Right.
So even though they had lost, right, and the numbers were depleted, so one of the geezers in the Greek army pegged it back to the capital to warn everyone. And when he got there, he died, and that was the length of the mileage that he ran. I could have done that so much more concisely and accurately, but it's something like that.
There you go.
I hope that's true.
Yeah.
Well, learn something
Bad
new
that,
every
I don't know
day.
if I think I could run it and not die.
People die. I mean, like,
Yeah, no, it's a lot, isn't it?
it's a lot. Like, it's
Maybe
quite,
I would die actually. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Okay, next
Anyway.
question for Adam.
Nah, it's for me, isn't it?
Is it for you? No, I just did the marathon
You
one.
said the marathon
Oh,
one?
sorry.
Keep up.
So, tough one this. What month in 2021 was the first Breaking Bread podcast episode released? Was it in April, May, or October?
May.
Final answer.
No, October.
Final answer.
Yeah.
It was October.
Oh. Feels like longer.
2021, eh? Many moons ago.
Think we'll make it to 2 years. October 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But where y'all leaving us all time? We sound?
All right, final question for Josh. So, as of recording, what is Beard Meats Food's lowest viewed public video on YouTube? Is it the Pig Out Platter Challenge, the Desperate Mexican Burrito Challenge, or the Yorkshire Pudding Eating World Championships? We talked about.
Referenced that earlier on.
Wow.
That was not
very
intentional either.
odd that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I ain't got a fucking clue, so I'm
No,
going to go.
even I don't know that.
Read the titles out again.
The Pig Out Platter Challenge. These are titles word for word.
Oh, right, okay.
The Pig Out Platter Challenge, the Desperate Mexican Burrito Challenge, the Yorkshire Pudding Eating World Championships.
That probably is word for word back then before
I think
the video titles were
It's
more
close
dramatic.
to word for word, yeah.
I think the Yorkshire Pudding one. That sounds like the one I'd least want to watch.
Final answer.
Final answer.
It's the Desperate Mexican Burrito.
Fuck off, that was like my second option as well. How many views has it had?
It had, I think it was like 12k, something like that. 15k
Not
maybe.
too shabby.
The bad old days, man. Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Anyway, so I won, yeah.
I had to go on your YouTube and click on popular videos and scroll all the way to the bottom.
Can't use like do the
no, it
inverse.
wasn't.
It doesn't let you do that
No,
now.
don't let me do that.
Probably could have found that on Social Blade easier, maybe, but I've done it anyway.
Right, well, that's what's the scores on the doors there then?
Scores on the doors. So
Well, I just won this week.
Did you?
Yeah, that's 2-1.
You got one wrong. You got one wrong there. You got the Arsenal one wrong, didn't you?
you got the
2-1.
Arsenal one wrong.
And the other two
and
right.
The other two right.
And I only got one right.
And you got,
I got the Khabib one right.
yeah, you got, so it's 2-2 actually.
Which other one did you get right?
So there was the UFC one
Oh, the marathon one.
and
You
the
get
marathon one.
that? All right, okay, 2-2.
Even Stevens, mate. Well, let's finish this podcast with. I would like to finish every podcast, mate, with a fess hole. Run the jingle, George. It's time for a fess hole coming from you. Wank.
What is wrong with you, man? I tell you, there's a screwdriver here. Have you put this here to test me? I swear, man, I'm going to get tooled up.
Okay, here we go. Let's
Do you know my
finish.
dad was the one stabbed multiple times with a screwdriver?
You did tell me that, yeah.
Did I? Yeah.
What a hard
Survived.
code.
He survived, yeah.
God.
Twice in his chest and once in his arm. you imagine that? It's not even like it's not pointy, is it, on the end?
That's bad, that, yeah.
Anyway.
So, I once had a wank over the sound of my parents having sex. I thought it was the neighbours. I can never tell another soul.
I don't. But what do you mean? You thought it was the neighbours? Like you telling me, right? That the sound, the soundproofing between internal rooms is similar to that of an external wall to the next, like a house. So I'm assuming he's in a semi-detached house or a terraced house, and he confuses a sound from within the house for one that's next door.
Yeah.
I call bullshit. Not buying it.
I think most of them are bullshit, to be honest, anyway.
Some of them are believable. That one's not believable. And if it is true, I mean, yeah, it's gross.
That's pretty gross. Well, I honestly can't think of a better way to finish this podcast. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening and for watching. And Adam, thank you for donating to the charity. If anybody else wants to get involved, we'll put a link below. And yeah, we'll catch you next week.
We probably won't catch him next week. We don't blame you. Thanks for watching.